Hey guys, it's Metro, and today we're going to talk about how you can make a footprint out of Tyvek for your ultralight chair. So let's keep moving. So we've all been in situations where your chair will sink into the ground when you're using an ultralight chair at camp. This method will help you create a footprint to put your chair on top of it so you won't sink in. Let's get to it. Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to make a footprint for your ultralight chair using Tyvek, some gaffer tape, a Sharpie, and a nice pair of scissors, and a shop ruler. That's all you really need to make a footprint. Sure, there's plenty of options out there online, but this is something I felt that was ultralight, and I could use some materials that I already had left over from other projects. So with that being said, let's get into it. I'm going to show you how to make this very quick and easy footprint. All right, so the first thing I want to do is I want to mark around the outside of the foot, as you can see here. Now, of course, you could line your ruler up to it, but I like to give it a little bit of extra space just in case. I don't want it to be too tight. So what I've done is I make these little elbows around the outside. And the chair I'm using right now is the Get Out Gear Trek chair, right? So it's going to be a little bit different. Every chair is going to be different. There's no unique measurements. So I always recommend doing this from scratch for each one. So again, I'm going around the outside. I'm not being exactly perfect. Doesn't need to be, but I've got the outside dimensions of where the foot legs will be sitting inside that box. So once I have that, I'll move this over to the side and then take my ruler and then match it up. The corners, as you see here, on both sides. Let's go ahead and do that now. All right, so there is my footprint, but I need a little bit of a lip for these feet to sit inside of it. So what I'm going to do is just use the length of this ruler on the outside of that line I started with, lining it up again. All right, so I have my guide of what I want to need to cut. But I do want to do one more thing here. Because I'm making a lip to fold in, what I'm going to want to do here is I want to actually extend this line here to go all the way to the end and make my cut on that line as well. So what I mean by that, I'll show you in just a few seconds. So I'll extend the line here and extend the line here. And the reasoning for that is when I cut this line, I want to fold this here, so this will kind of come up. I have a little extra piece here. While this will be folded here and this will come up, I'll take a little tag and I'll place it on the other side, and I'll show you that after I get done cutting this out. But I'll go ahead and show you that for camera magic. I'll go ahead and start cutting it out now. All right, pretty straightforward. Old piece of Tyvek. Quick tip though, if you are trying to get some of that crinkle out of the Tyvek, if you wash it, submerge it in some dishwashing detergent or some other detergents, do a good rinse on it and fold it out, it tends to be less crinkly. Just something I throw out there. Anyway, so remember these lines I drew out here, I want to go ahead and cut that down, not all the way, just right to that point. So you get that little tab there, and I'll show you why in just a few seconds. Got that corners. Do that again over here. All right. So at this point, what I want to do is I want to fold it on that line. So, you know, get as close to that line as you possibly can, where that cut line is always good. And once you get that folded over like so, I take my thumb and I'll make a fold right there, like just like that. I'll do that again over here on this side. right, so I've got the fold there. I'm gonna want to do the same thing with this other side here. All right, so I want to introduce this gaffer tape. This is very similar to duct tape, except it does not have that residual stickiness, especially if you're trying to reuse it a couple times. This is something that I would recommend using over duct tape, but if you have duct tape, that'll work just fine. This is a little bit cleaner, easier to work with. Gaffer tape, you can pick this up on Amazon. I'll put a link down below. So at this point, I've got my lip made. But what I want to do is I want to keep this tab on the outside. Now, how you decide where you want to put your tabs, that's up to you. This is what I found worked for me. So I don't want to go too crazy on the duct tape. That's my whole point. I want to keep it as light as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of tape and I'm going to put it on the outside here and then fold it over. A little bit of an overlap. And I'm going to take it over the top and then down. And I'm going to continue to do that all the way around, but I also want to make sure that on the inside, in this corner, I reinforce it on that side as well, and I'll do that now. Okay, so I have done all the corners here. Let's go ahead and see if this fits. It should. Shouldn't be any issues here. It should fit right in. So I'm going to go ahead and put the chair in it, and I'm going to show you exactly how this looks. But again, this should suffice. I will be testing this out. This is the Get Out Gear truck chair. I'll go ahead and put this together, and I'll show you exactly how this looks once it's all assembled. Okay, so I'm sitting in the chair here, but you can see how the legs are fitting in the corners. And again, you've got an area down here where you could store items, like whatever miscellaneous items that you'd like, but this serves as a dual purpose, a footprint so your legs don't dig into the ground. This Tyvek should hold, and again, if you want to reinforce the corners with more duct tape, feel free to do that. It may be just excess at this point, but with some water and over time, they probably will come loose, so you may need to do it again. Again, this is something that's cheap, easy to do, and I hope this works out for you, a footprint for your chair. So if you found any value in this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and send me your comments as I do respond. As always, thanks for watching, but until next time, let's keep moving.